Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the June Florida Man tier list, a celebration of all things Florida. In this video, we'll be ranking the strange and weird acts of Florida men which took place in the month of June 2020. We'll be rating these blokes based on the creativity, uniqueness, and impressiveness of their actions. So how this works is that for each date between June 1st and June 30th, we'll search Florida Man along with each corresponding date, and for each day we will choose the Florida Man headline and the top search result to be one of the 30 contestants in the tier list to battle for that nutty top tier. Florida Man breaks into Deland Charge, steals $2,000 worth of items, deputies say. I don't know, that's a little underwhelming for a Florida Man headline, I can't lie. As they were investigating the charge burglary, deputies said Deland police advised they had just tracked a man into the woods 50 yards away from the charge, and in his possessions were the stolen tools and a gun. Only 50 yards? What a miserable attempt. That's less than like 50 metres. Oh, that's rubbish. Poor effort. I think this fella's going to have to go in a stinky tier. Florida Man admits swindling the Mill Casino out of $12,500 to book the village people. Whoa, okay, now this is getting a bit more impressive. God, a lot of effort went into this. Talk about how he sent out flyers, brochures and all that, and contracts and everything. The attorney said Ali was convicted in 2014 of third-degree grand theft in Florida for a similar scheme, contracting with two victims to have the Temptations, the Supremes and Jimmy Walker perform at their venues. After spending 5 years in prison for that conviction, Ali spent another 5 years in prison for impersonating a doctor and possessing a variety of prescription medication. So he's a doctor as well. Oh my lord. Is there any job that this hero hasn't done? Now, placing these fast Florida men is quite hard since we have no reference as to whether this is complete bonkers energy compared to what the rest of the headlines will be like, or if it's actually quite timid and relaxed compared to what we'll see next. But I definitely got to give props to this man. There's a lot of effort being put into this one. I think I'll put him in the impressive tier for now. And oh yeah, I guess I should break down my logic on how I'm placing these people in the tier list. Alright, here's our tier list. Starting at the bottom, first of all, we have the not epic tier. Now, this is reserved for the horrific stuff, you know, murders and that. It's not very cool, let's be honest. Next up is the stinky tier. Here, we've got the air stuff, you know, it doesn't quite live up to that Florida Man legacy, you know what I'm saying. One up from there, we've got the impressive tier. Hey, I'm starting to like what I'm seeing. Another one up, we have the mental tier. Woo! Now things are really getting goofy up here. And last of all, we've got the certified epic tier, reserved for the best of the best. There's no saying whether we'll see someone reach this tier today. Naked Florida Man spends 24 hours vandalising school. Security cameras showed 21-year-old Matthew Crandall vandalising Miramar High School. During a spree of destruction, he only wore a hat and headphones. You dirty boy! Footage shows Crandall causing flooding in hallways, vandalising classrooms, hallways and walls, causing approximately $100,000 in damages. I love this picture they got of him on CCTV as well. You can just tell after his naked rampage he's gone on, he actually checked for a camera and whoop, there it is right there. You know, I'd say the smart thing to do would be to at least wear a mask and sunglasses to hide your face. But our expectations aren't exactly very high when we can already see he forgot to pack any of his other clothes for the trip. Absolute donut. I don't know, the fact he kept this up for 24 hours stark naked does deserve some credit, gotta say. And he did do a solid amount of damage, so I think he deserves to go in the mental tier. Florida Man threatens to blow up police department. Turn it into Swiss cheese, report shows. Police were notified of the threats after the station's Facebook page was tagged in a post by usernames Darius Tolliver. In the post, Tolliver wrote, SPD, pull up here boy, I'm a Swiss cheese that. The department was later tagged in another post by Tolliver that read, Sanford Police Department, I wish y'all would try some. I'll kill all y'all and blow up the station. As good as this headline is, he only got as far as sending threats and didn't actually turn the police station into Swiss cheese, would you believe? So I think I'll only put him in the impressive tier for now. Florida Man used social media to encourage rioting at Orlando premium outlets, police say. Yeah, I read this one, it's not very exciting. I won't bore you with it. Stinky tier, moving on. Alright, so this is one of a few dates where I couldn't actually find a headline from 2020. So instead, here's one from June 6th, 2019. It's the best I could do. Florida man charged with pouring ketchup on girlfriend. Woo. Saucy stuff. Ragman's girlfriend of 11 years told investigators she woke up in the middle of the night to find Ragman pouring ketchup on her and cursing at her. Heather King told investigators they had been arguing over her infidelity before she went to sleep. Ragman denied the allegation, although the report says there was ketchup on his pants. Oh mate, that's a classic situation. We've all had a bit of sauce on ourselves when the time isn't right. Yeah, I reckon he's innocent, you know. Nah, jokes, but you know, this one's very creative. I think I'll give him a spot in the impressive tier. Yeah, again, this one's from June 7th, 2018, so I couldn't find one for 2020. Florida man gets headbutted, knocked out by alligator. Oh, and they got a video of it too. Oh, no way.
Falcon punch!
Oh, that was sick. Oh, that was clean as well. Oh, that's the best thing I've seen yet. Incredible stuff. Oh, that's going in the epic tier easily. Easy. After doubting threats of virus, Florida man urges people to take COVID-19 precautions. Wow, this is the last place I expected to see a redemption arc today. Florida rideshare driver Brian doubted the severity of a virus early on, but then he and his wife contracted a virus and his wife remains on a respirator. Now he's talking about his struggle with the illness and his regret about not taking it seriously earlier. You know, Florida men can do many things, but to actually admit that they were wrong and try and redeem themselves, this is unseen. I think this deserves a spot in the mental tier, surely. Florida man lets 12-year-old drive Jeep 85 miles an hour. Bloody hell. Suspect says he wanted to be a cool father. I don't know, it's kind of heartwarming in a way, you know, he just wanted to be a cool dad. Just went a funny way about it. A Florida man is facing felony charges after police said he let a 12-year-old girl drive his SUV and told her to speed because he wanted to be a cool father. Even though he is not her dad. Oh. Okay, well that changes things up a little bit. What a surprising twist to the story that is. Jeep reached speeds of 85 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone before he was able to pull it over. 85 in a 45 zone. That's almost double the limit. Jeez, that's quite impressive. Yeah, I'm thinking this deserves a solid spot in the mental tier. Nutty stuff on that girl and our father who isn't actually our father. Yeah. Florida man finds gator doing laps in backyard pool. Another alligator story already. The last one smacked a bloke silly, so let's see if this one happens to be some sort of undercover martial artist as well. Veronica assumed the gator got into the lanai by crawling through a fence in a doggy door. The gator eventually got out of the pool on its own and strolled through the yard. When we came back outside, he wasn't here any longer. He was outside in the yard, out in a hammock, said Carlos Rivera. So that time he tried grabbing him and it turned into a bit of a fiasco. Veronica says her boyfriend helped her dad get the gator safely into a garbage bin. Her boyfriend then took the gator to a pond where it likely belonged. He just had a cheeky swim in the pool, got bored and left, and then had a little chill in a hammock. That's fucking underwhelming, isn't it? Useless, man. Sorry, but this gator's gonna have to go in a stinky tier. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, then subscribe and help me reach my big fat goal of 100,000 subscribers. Finally, you can be a part of the 1% by being one of the first 1,000 people to subscribe to the channel on this journey. So subscribe now. Do it. Now back to the video. Florida man gets his naked genitals tasered. Police say 28-year-old Florida man Stefan Short started a crap storm of electricity by putting ribeye steaks in his pants at the local Save-A-Lot last Friday evening. Employees noticed the behaviour and confronted a meat packer. When Short realised his meat had been discovered, he threw his meat in every direction and quickly ran. That's when the police showed up and cooked his beans and arrested him. Oh, yeah, that's pretty mental, I can't lie. I would not want to go through that sort of pain myself. Florida man fist fights alligator to save dog. Oh shit, those bastard alligators are back at it again. Trent said he and his 6-year-old dog Loki were walking Monday on his Worsley Chapel farm when a fighting for alligator reached out of a wall and grabbed his dog. Jesus Christ. I grabbed the dog's collar to try and pull him back and ended up in a tug of war match with this gator and the gator wasn't letting go. So I let go of a collar and got about knee deep into the water and started pounding on the gator's head until he eventually let go. Jesus man, that's fucking epic. Oh, that's legit sick. And I pulled him back up, the bones are out, and it looks like the arm was just hanging by a shred. Oh my god. They put metal plates and screws in and were able to reconstruct it that way. Damn. Well, he's alive at least. Man, that's an easy epic tier for that story. Scrapping a gator to save your dog. Huge dick energy right there. Florida man takes 5-foot alligator into Florida Key Lime Pie store. Another alligator story, are you kidding me? A Florida man was spotted picking up his pet alligator named Sweetie and bringing it into a Florida Key Lime Pie store in Cocoa Beach, Florida. A bit off topic, but what's this lime pie store thing about? Is that like an American thing or something? I've never heard of that combination. Now, they got a Facebook page. Oh, and there's Sweetie herself. I'll take note to never step in that shop so I don't get my leg ripped off. Serving a long-standing South Florida family recipe of a fresh-baked key lime pie. Lime pies, mate. I don't know. That's a bit dodgy. I feel like that combo is the biggest crime we've seen so far. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to stick this one in a not epic tier just for that. Sorry, Sweetie. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission, pet alligators are allowed in Florida if the person obtains a Class 2 parcel. Blah 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 blah. You're telling me you can actually own a pet alligator in Florida? Mate, this place just gets weirder and weirder the more I find out about it. Alright, this story's from June 14th in 2015 because I couldn't find any for this year. Florida man shoots self in head to see if round in chamber. His friend said he removed the magazine from the gun and questioned aloud whether there was still a round in the chamber. He then allegedly raised the gun to his head and pulled the trigger, discharging a fatal round. The Florida man fell to the ground right next to a bonfire and was pronounced dead at the scene. Brilliant. Well, at least now he knows it wasn't empty, I guess. Mental man, I swear. Florida man pushes pastor, knocks churchgoers to ground because service was too loud, police say. Alright, that's one of the goofiest headlines we've seen so far. Another witness told police that Cheeseborough, that's a sick name. Oh, I'm jealous. Cheeseborough approached the service yelling that the gathering was too loud and to turn the volume down. Witnesses said Cheeseborough pushed the pastor over, causing him to fall and knock over other churchgoers and sound equipment. Well, there's no description of how loud the service was exactly, so it's hard to tell if there's some justifying of Cheeseborough's anger here. Obviously, he shouldn't be a pastor, but you know, if someone's blasting a smelly tune and refuses to turn it down, then nah, jokes, but you know, this is a banter headline. It definitely deserves a spot in the mental tier. Whoa, let's pause the video right here. As you can imagine, this video has quickly become huge. I mean, look at the timeline of a video up to this point, and we're only halfway through the video. So this is the end of part 1. I have a lot more to edit for the remaining days in June, so like this video, subscribe, share and all that. Let me know what you think in the comment section so far, and hopefully a few days after I upload this, the second part will be out as well. So thank you so much for watching the first part, and subscribe and stay tuned for the second part coming very soon.